Alright, I didn't expect this to be competitive at all, and I don't think the Nuggets did either, because their effort level was not even close to the Lakers from the start. They were getting a lot of easy slips or cuts to the rim with no resistance, and their entire team was on the offensive glass, so they were all crashing inside, getting to the long boards or 50-50s. That was one of the main reasons for him staying in the game, because their offense was stagnant, and they were running into a lot of late clock situations, especially with that second unit. But I can't even fault them, because without Austin on the floor, they didn't know what to do against the Nuggets reading everything, and he was their only ball handler on the night, so he had to basically control their entire offense. For some reason, the only pass he couldn't make was in the pocket against Yoke's levels, but at least he was diming one pass away or to the corners, and more importantly, he took advantage of any openings or mismatches, so he was still getting his. He got to show just how good his balance of scoring and playmaking is, but it wouldn't have been possible without the others making shots, so credit to them, because they were all shot ready or just as aggressive. A lot of that was connect, because he was consistently threeing it, getting downhill, or getting runouts, but whenever they ran into dead possessions as a team, one of them would just make something happen, so they got a lot of production out of nothing, and it allowed him to linger in the game the entire night. That required just as much from the Nuggets just to beat him in the end, and the Lakers had the same defensive game plan against Yoke, so he continued to make them pay for it, especially Gordon because of Len sagging off him. But Yoke was catching the rock in better spots, because whenever he caught it up top or deep in the paint, it was harder for the Lakers' tilts to be as effective, so he got to eat a lot more, and was either getting his or getting to the line off the Lakers' physicality. They definitely got the benefit of the whistle on the night, and that was one of the main reasons for their pace being better throughout the first half, but another was Russ, because he was the only player that matched the Lakers' energy early. It was showing from his pace to his aggression, so he was easily their best player in that aspect, and between him and Yoke, the two were just opening up easy looks for Brown. It took until the third before Maul finally joined the party, and just based on the way the quarter was going, they could have broken the game open a couple times, but couldn't for a couple reasons. Part of it was them being a little nonchalant, and another was just them going ice cold, because the Lakers were doing that classic sandwich against Yoke to prevent the entry pass, but they couldn't capitalize. That led to the Lakers going on a 13-4 run to end the quarter, so that carried over into the fourth for them to eventually take the lead, and if anything, that was their best chance to take real control of the game, because the Nuggets were still ice cold with their second unit. Their low rotations were not giving up anything easy, so the Nuggets were completely stagnant, and Connect and Austin tried their hardest to capitalize on low stops, but the most they got up was 6, because once Yoke subbed back in, the Nuggets converted on 14 out of 16 straight possessions to end the game. They were either getting runouts or going to that two-man game, but it wasn't without a scare, because they had a rare sequence of back-to-back turnovers that damn near cost them, and they fortunately made up for it right after. At the end of the day, it was going to be hard for the Lakers to go bucket for bucket down the wire regardless, and as bad as it sucks to lose being that close, at least they gave themselves a chance off effort, so they're still continuing upwards in that aspect. Just watch the tape.